Hey there, it's Terry here, Terry Till. In today's video I want to talk about why you need patience in business. And I say patience in business, actually patience in life is a pretty vital element if you've got it. But let's just deal with patience in business, and particularly online business. I think nowadays with the internet, people think that everything happens instantaneously, and they seem to get a bit frustrated or annoyed if things don't happen the second they want them to happen. And perhaps it's because I'm a little bit older, or I don't know, but I've always been fairly patient, and it's a great asset to have, to be quite honest. And some recent events have made me, actually, it's a sort of a silver line, some recent events have given me the idea to do this video today. First of all, I'm in a couple of businesses where they're being upgraded, and it's taken some time, and that's fair enough because these are big jobs and they do take time, but you get sort of, I wouldn't say deadlines, but ideas of times when you think they're going to be ready and they're not, and you have to sort of calm your emotions down because you're all ready for this date, and then when this date comes you've got to hang on for another date and then possibly another date, and they're all legitimate. It's just that you need to accept these things are all part of business, and this is where patience comes in, because you've got to be tolerant and patient. Another incident only happened within the last 24 hours. I saw somebody asking for help, so I reached out to help the guy, and sent a Facebook message, and I actually sent it not long before I went to bed, because I'm in the UK, so I went to bed about midnight. Anyway, this guy sent me a message, and I woke up the next morning, this morning actually, and saw the message. He sent me a message about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then sent me another message about 6 o'clock in this morning, saying that I hadn't answered within the last 5 hours. So I obviously wasn't interested in the business, so he was going to go elsewhere. Which I got to admit, that first of all I was a bit staggered, because obviously I was in bed from about midnight till about sort of 7, 8 o'clock this morning. Regardless of what time anyway, it was during, it was my time off when I was having my sleep, and I was a bit staggered at first, and I had to laugh really. I thought, well, if that's your attitude, you're never going to get on in business, because things just don't happen like that. Things just don't happen. You wish they did sometimes. As I say, it's like these programs, you wish they was all sorted and everything went 100%, and there were no problems in life. But problems happen. I mean, what you need to really think about as well is that we do things online and we sort of talk to people without realising sometimes that we are talking to people, and people have got lives, and the lives aren't just online, they have lives offline. They might have families, who knows, other commitments going on in life. Might have businesses offline, who knows. There's a whole host of things that might be going on. They might be having problems with the family. Some member of the family might be ill. They might be ill. You have to get the groceries into the shopping and live and exist. There are genuine, these are genuine people who've got lives. And if you think about your own life, you don't sit 24 hours at a screen and do nothing but do the screen. Well, if you do, you must be really good, because that means you're getting no sleep if you're doing 24 hours and you're not going away to eat anything or do anything other than just watch the screen and do your business. So if you're that sort of person, get in touch, because you're the sort of guy I want, or lady. But now, people have got lives, and people are obviously doing things. I mean, when I used to write to support, and I don't know what it's like nowadays, but I know when I used to do it, they used to say allow 24 hours to 48 hours for a reply. So that was a day to 2 days to get a reply to an email. That is why originally I started to learn how to do programming stuff, writing HTML code and writing PHP code and stuff, because this is way back 15, 20 years ago, because there were no, what you do, HTML editor things where you just put in word like an image here and text there. Everything was written by code. In fact, the first program I joined, it was like how to make your website real easy, and even in that you had to know code, and that was the easy version. So that's what I learned, because every time you wanted to ask something, Google wasn't, I don't think YouTube was around, certainly wasn't 20 years ago as far as I know. YouTube wasn't around, and Google, I don't think, I mean, it was going, so it was obviously good, but it wasn't as good as it is now. So to find out the answers, you basically have to email support and wait, as I say, a day or 2 days to get an answer. And if that answer didn't quite sort out the problem, then you've got to write again and wait another day or 2 days. I mean, it could go on forever. As I say, that's why I actually started to learn how to do things myself, and learnt really from the base upwards. As I say, there was none of these programs that did it all for you, and you just said, oh, I want to put, a nice web page here with an image here and text here, and, oh, blank, 5 minutes, all done. None of that. You had to write it all in code, and that's what I learnt, which, comes in handy even still, even though it's sort of redundant. It still comes in handy when you're sorting problems out. And as I say, that was how it was, and I think it still is with a lot of support. You have to allow at least a day to 2 days. You can get these sort of message things where you can get answers fairly quickly. It's improved a lot, but the thing I'm getting to is this is where you need patience. And things happen in life, not just support requests, but things generally, just business as such. When you're talking to people, people have got, people might come to sign up or do something on your website, and then the baby's ill, or some visitors come round, so they have to, I've got to drop that at the internet so I can go and talk to these visitors, or whatever. And that could be a day gone, because by the time visitors, or they've sorted out the baby or whatever, could be too late then, and then they switch the computer off and come back the next day, or it might be the day after. So you've got to have a lot of patience in a lot of different ways, whether it be support or dealing with customers or whatever. And this also applies in life. It's exactly the same. You've got to have, if you want to get on in life, if you don't want to be an angry young person or an angry old person, you've got to be prepared to be tolerant and have patience. So there was a bit of a rant in there, really, but it was a genuine reason, or a genuine subject where it will help you, hopefully, that when dealing with things online, if you've got an element of patience, a big element, a lot of patience, it will really help you. Keeps your blood pressure down, and just be tolerant and, just get on with things. And if you've got something you're waiting for, look for something else you can deal with. There's plenty to do. I only did a video yesterday, so there's not enough hours in the day. So there's always something you can be dealing with while you're waiting for that answer. I know that answer is probably the thing on your mind and you must have it this second, but it's probably not going to happen like that. So, so patience is a vital element, not only in business, online and offline, but also in life generally. So if you can try and acquire it, if you haven't already got patience, it will really serve you really well and help you to live a more peaceful and happy life, and be more successful in business, because the more tolerant you are with people, the more they will respect you and get on with you. If you've got a quick temper and you expect everybody to jump into things that second, then you're going to have a very short career in business, and you're going to have a very unhappy life generally. So, as I say, a little bit of a rant there, sorry about that, but a little bit of a rant, but there is a genuine message, have patience in business and life, and it will serve you really well. So, I thank you for listening to that video. If you've liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and you can put your comments below on YouTube, and also put your comments on Facebook. And so, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.